auxin does is it's produced in the tips of plants, and in the at the tip of a plant, it prevents branching. So that's why trees grow up really tall instead of like branching from the base. And then when you remove the auxin production at the top, then the thing that's preventing branching stops, and then the plant will branch. So that's why when you prune a shrub, the plant will branch, is because you're removing that auxin. So the auxin is produced at the tip, and then it works its way all the way down to the roots of the plant, and then in high concentrations in the roots is where it causes rooting. And so it's kind of a funny like hormone that does two things. It prevents branching, but then it also promotes rooting and promotes root branching in different concentrations. So here what we're doing is we've got these cuttings where we've got the leaves here. We have another node that used to have leaves here, and then we're just gonna dip that second node, and so every node could become a leaf or a branch or a flower. So this is kind of like the area that the plant is dividing and has a bunch of options. So we're going to dip that node in rooting hormone, and that should convince it that it should be a root. But we also find that like when you have a lot of hormone on the plants, I guess like too many hormones, not good for people, not good for plants, that it'll kind of like just kind of turn into cauliflower. And I think like every cell is trying to be its own root instead of like the plant having the cohesive thought about where its root should be. So then once we kind of get most of it tapped off, we'll put it in some perlite, and then it'll sit there for a couple months, and it should make roots. And we've tried doing it in perlite and then also just in potting mix. They do much better in perlite. The ones in potting mix just kind of compost, and so I think there's just more biotic activity happening in soil that you might turn into soil before you figure out how to make roots. So the perlite seems to kind of hold them in a stasis. So.